The teasers dropped, the fandom went silent. In an instant, the entire K-pop world was turned upside down. Stray Kids versus BTS, the Grammy betrayal no one expected. Welcome to StarScope K-Report.
Join Eric and Minji as we ride the Hallyu wave, uncovering the biggest K-pop comebacks, shocking industry controversies, and major K-drama updates.
From internet-breaking rumors to historic chart milestones, we dive deep into the world of Korean entertainment.
And, wow, we are diving deep today into some really turbulent waters. Like, if you were listening right now, you already know the timeline has just been absolute chaos.
Total chaos. I mean, today's mission is a big one. We're unpacking a massive stack of explosive sources. We've got reports from the Korea Times, insider statements from global music publications, and some truly forensic Reddit leaks.
Right, because we really need to understand this unprecedented civil war that's currently brewing between K-pop royalty and the Grammy Awards.
Exactly. And, you know, the stakes here go way beyond just a piece of gilded hardware on a shelf.
Oh, absolutely. This is fundamentally about the global identity of K-pop as a genre. It's about this very real threat of global artists being geographically boxed in, by Western institutions.
Right. And how the biggest fandoms on Earth are basically mobilizing in real time to protect their idols.
Yeah, so let's just start with a headline that basically shattered the internet and, frankly, sent shockwaves through every agency boardroom in Seoul.
BTS officially boycotting the 2027 Grammy Awards.
And they delivered that entire message in Korean, which, that felt incredibly intentional.
Oh, 100%. It was a massive flex. But let's set the stage for you guys a bit, because the context of this specific comeback is just so vital.
Right, because all 7 members are finally back from their mandatory military hiatus.
Exactly. The hiatus is over. Even the Maknae is back. And their new album, Orang, isn't just a hit. Like, it's a cultural event.
Yeah, we are talking about a Billboard 200 all-kill here.
2 consecutive weeks at #1, plus a completely sold-out world tour. And yet, at the absolute peak of this post-military momentum, they go on Instagram and announce they're completely withdrawing from Grammy consideration.
Which is just wild to think about. How does a group walk away from the biggest music award show on Earth, right when they basically have the industry in a chokehold?
Right. To understand that, we really have to look at the why, and the timing of their announcement is basically the smoking gun here.
Yeah, according to all the industry reports, this boycott is a direct, highly calculated response to the Recording Academy creating this brand new category.
Best Asian Pop Music Performance.
Right. The Grammys unveiled this category just weeks before the BTS announcement. But the devil is really in the rule book here.
Oh, it always is.
To even qualify for this Asian pop category, a song must feature, quote, meaningful use of 1 or more Asian languages.
Which is literally a linguistic quota. This is where I start pulling my hair out, because the bitter irony here is just staggering.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Think about BTS's absolute mega hits, right? Think about Dynamite. Think about Butter.
Huge global anthems.
Massive. Both previously nominated in the mainstream Best Pop Duo or Group Performance category. But under this new rulebook, if they release Dynamite today, it wouldn't even qualify for this new Asian pop category because the song is entirely in English.
Exactly.
It feels like the Grammys invited K-pop to the mansion, but told them they're, only allowed to hang out in the guest house. Is this just a gilded cage?
A gilded cage is a great way to put it. That guest house analogy just hits the nail on the head. But, we also have to look at the historical context of how the Recording Academy handles genres that get, too big for their comfort zone.
Right, because this isn't an isolated incident.
Not at all. This deeply echoes 1989, when the Grammys introduced the hard rock and metal category to essentially quarantine that massive explosion of sound.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Or even look at the very vocal criticisms regarding the marginalization of Black artists. They have historically pointed out being steered away from general fields like Album of the Year and filtered straight into specific R&B or rap categories.
Wait, but I have to push back on that just slightly. Isn't that just standard genre categorization? The Grammys have always separated country and R&B and jazz. Why is an Asian pop category inherently a box rather than just a well-meaning spotlight for a specific region?
See, that is the exact defense the Recording Academy is using right now. But the mechanism of the rule itself makes it a trap.
How so?
Because country and R&B are sonic genres, right? They're defined by instrumentation, rhythm, musical history. Asian pop is being defined geographically and linguistically.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and industry leaders in Korea are calling out that exact double standard. Like Ted Chung, the CEO of Hyundai Card. He's a massive figure in the business, and he publicly slammed the Grammys over this.
What did he say?
He raised this brilliant point about Latin music. He asked, by this logic, should Bad Bunny or Ricky Martin be forced into a separate, isolated Latin-only category and just excluded from general pop consideration?
Wow. That is such a good point.
Right. Dividing the quality of mainstream pop music strictly by the geographic origin of the language it's sung in, that's an entirely different thing than separating jazz from rock.
It just doesn't make logical sense when music is supposed to be a universal language. And listen, if you think the boycott announcement was dramatic, just hold on.
Seriously, buckle up.
Because BTS refusing to play the game put the Recording Academy in a serious corner. The Grammys had a choice, right? They could address the boycott professionally or just pretend it didn't happen.
Instead, they chose a third, highly reactive option.
Yeah. And wait until you hear how the Recording Academy retaliated.
The institutional reaction was genuinely jarring. I still can't believe they did this.
I know. According to the Korea Times, right after BTS announced their boycott, fans noticed something was missing online. The Grammys had quietly gone into their archives and completely scrubbed BTS's iconic live performances of Dynamite from 2021 and Butter from 2022 from their official website.
Just completely deleted them.
Erased.
Yeah.
Isn't this literally the institutional equivalent of a petty ex deleting your photos off their Instagram after a breakup? I mean, how can Grammy CEO Harvey Mason Jr. possibly defend this?
Well, he did issue a formal response to the boycott itself, but he very noticeably sidestepped the video deletions entirely.
Of course he did.
Yeah, he stated he was, quote, saddened by BTS's choice, but respects them. His whole defense rests on the idea of expansion. He argued the new award is designed to shine a spotlight on the staggering growth of pop coming out of Asia rather than to divide it.
Right.
And he emphasized that artists in the Asian pop category are still technically eligible for the big general fields.
See, my hypothesis here is that they just panicked. They created this category assuming the biggest acts would eagerly submit, and when the biggest act in the world publicly rejected it, the category just lost its foundation. Without BTS, the award feels hollow, so they basically lashed out by deleting the videos.
Your hypothesis actually aligns perfectly with this massive industry leak that just happened.
Oh, the Sleep D's leak.
Yes, Grammy-winning producer Sleep D's recently hopped on a live stream and just revealed the internal mechanics of how the Academy views all this. According to his insider conversations, the Grammys were desperately banking on BTS winning the inaugural award.
Which makes sense for their prestige.
Exactly. Think about the mechanics there. If BTS, who has this incredible 8-year legacy of Billboard dominance, if they accept this award, it instantly legitimizes the entire category. Future acts will crave it simply because BTS won it.
Right, it becomes a legacy award.
Yep. But without the titans of the industry participating, the new award immediately loses its anchor and its prestige among voters and fans.
It's like throwing the most expensive gala of the year, and the guest of honor publicly tells everyone the food is poisoned.
That is exactly what it's like.
But, you know, we can't look at this in a vacuum. The K-pop industry is vast, and the power dynamics are incredibly varied. So I do want to bring up a counter-argument that really gave me pause when I was reading the sources.
Yeah, this is a crucial pivot. We have to look at the conflicting viewpoints, particularly the argument presented by Zena Koda.
Right, from the Gold Music Alliance.
Yeah, she sits on their advisory committee, and she brought a very sobering reality to this whole debate. Her point is that a global juggernaut like BTS absolutely doesn't need this specific category. They're already stadium-selling superstars.
They've outgrown it.
Right. But smaller, rising Asian artists.
Oh.
The rookie groups fighting for a foothold in the Western market. They desperately need the visibility that a Grammy nomination brings, even if it's in a niche category.
It really comes down to the privilege of power. Not everyone has the chart dominance or the financial backing to boycott the Grammys and actually survive the fallout. I mean, for a mid-tier group, a Grammy nomination in any category could secure their entire next tour.
Exactly. It raises a really difficult question for you listening to ponder. Is it better to dismantle a flawed system from the outside, like BTS is doing, or use that flawed system as a stepping stone to build leverage for the next generation of artists?
It's tough. But the fans, however, did not have time for philosophical debates.
Oh, absolutely not.
When K-Nets and iFans saw those Grammy performance videos disappear, the fandom mechanics just kicked into overdrive. I mean, have you ever seen a digital uprising? because that's what happened.
It was wild to watch in real time.
Netizens didn't just write angry emails. They mobilized across every single time zone. They hunted down archived files of the Butter and Dynamite performances and simultaneously re-uploaded them across Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, even obscure video sharing sites.
Just a massive flood of uploads.
They absolutely refused to let the Grammys erase their idol's history. It was a complete masterclass in decentralized fandom power.
You simply cannot erase digital footprints when tens of millions of people are watching the server logs. It's a fascinating display of how modern fandoms act almost like independent PR and archiving agencies for their artists.
Never, ever underestimate a stan with an internet connection. Seriously. And hey, if you love staying updated on your favorites and decoding these massive industry moves, make sure you're subscribed to StarScope K-Report. We've got even bigger scoops ahead.
Yeah, because the pressure generated by this BTS boycott didn't just stay in the HYBE building. It immediately spilled over to the rest of the big four agencies.
It created a crushing dilemma for the entire industry. I mean, do you boycott in solidarity with BTS to protect a genre's integrity, or do you seize the opportunity of their absence to get your artists a Grammy?
Which brings us to the shocking plot twist in this drama that nobody saw coming.
The Stray Kids loophole.
Yes. To understand how wild this loophole is, you have to understand the mechanics of the Grammy voting body. Just a few weeks prior to all this blowing up, the Recording Academy proudly announced their new class of voting members.
Okay.
And among the invitees, JY Park, the founder of JYP Entertainment, alongside all the members of Twice E and all the members of Stray Kids.
Wait. Help me understand the logistics of that. Does that mean Stray Kids members are actively voting on who wins Record of the Year?
That is exactly what it means. Being a voting member means you get a ballot. You get access to the internal submission portals. You are part of the institutional machinery now.
Oh, wow.
But it also paints a massive target on your back because JYP Entertainment is now officially inside the Grammy ecosystem, right as their biggest rivals, BTS, are tearing it down from the outside.
I cannot even imagine being in the JYP boardroom trying to navigate that PR nightmare. And it all really came to a head on August 6th.
Yeah, the press conference.
Right. Picture this. You're at the Conrad Seoul Hotel. It's the official press conference for Stray Kids' highly anticipated 10th mini-album, This and That.
The visuals alone for that comeback, by the way, were just stunning.
So good. But the room is packed with Korean journalists, the camera shutters are deafening, and everyone knows what the elephant in the room is. It didn't take long for reporters to corner members Seungmin and Hyunjin, directly asking them, "Are you submitting to the Grammys this year, and how do you feel about the new Asian pop category in light of the boycott?"
Talk about walking into a conversational minefield.
Right.
If they say yes, they look like they are betraying K-pop solidarity.
Uh-huh.
If they say no, they anger the Recording Academy. They literally just joined. But, as an observer of industry media training, you just have to respect the mechanics of how brilliantly they dodged the trap.
They were so smooth with it.
Yeah. Seungmin took the mic, kept his tone completely level, and explained that their creative process doesn't start with outside expectations.
Yeah.
He redirected the narrative entirely to their songwriting, saying their music is built on their own stories, not a chase for trophies.
The ultimate diplomatic pivot.
Exactly. And then Hyunjin followed up, stating directly that they have never based a promotional cycle on winning a specific award. He anchored his answer in the fans, saying their biggest dream is just satisfying stays.
They completely left the actual logistical Grammy submission question hanging in the air.
Unanswered.
But, netizens always find out. Let me try to explain how these Reddit sleuths figured this out, because it is forensic-level investigation.
It's incredible.
The labels have to send out, for your consideration, mailers and digital blasts to the Grammy voting body. And because fans track everything, a leak sprung on the My Stray Kids subreddit.
And what did it say?
The leaked documents revealed that Stray Kids did, in fact, submit for 2026-2027 Grammy consideration. But here is the absolute genius of it. They didn't submit for the controversial new Best Asian Pop Music Performance category. They bypassed it completely.
Okay, so what did they do?
Instead, they took their track, Walkin' on Water, from their December album Hop and submitted it straight into the mainstream pop vocal category.
Which fundamentally rewrites the rules of engagement here.
It does, but it also caused a massive civil war within their own fandom. I was reading through the Reddit threads, and the debate is fierce. Whether your bias is in BTS or Stray Kids, people had strong opinions. I have to read you the specific fan quote because it perfectly captures the frustration some fans felt.
Let's hear it.
One fan wrote, "Fans are saying submitting a mainstream digestible track like Walkin' on Water instead of masterpiece like 8T is like giving a gourmet chef an award for a PB&J sandwich."
I mean, it's a funny visual, but there is real critical weight to that complaint.
Right. Stray Kids are famous for their noise music. They are self-producing idols who create these incredibly complex, experimental, aggressive soundscapes.
Yeah, that's their whole identity.
So to see their label submit Walkin' on Water, which is structurally much simpler, features a very repetitive radio-friendly hook, and lacks their signature grit. Some fans felt it was a betrayal of their true artistry just to appease Western voters.
I get that. But if we step back and analyze the underlying mechanics of this move, this is an absolute strategic masterclass by JYP and Stray Kids.
How so?
Let me give you an analogy. It's like a Formula One team realizing their car is too fast and complex for a restrictive new engine class the judges just created. Instead of complaining about the new rules, they just quietly register their vehicle under an entirely different open category where those restrictive rules don't apply.
Oh, I see, because of the language required.
Exactly, the language requirement.
Yeah.
The Asian pop category demands meaningful use of an Asian language. By selecting Walkin' on Water, which was recorded heavily and predominantly in English, JYP basically manipulated the Recording Academy's own rulebook.
That is so smart.
Because the song doesn't hit the Korean language percentage quota, they make themselves legally ineligible for the very category that BTS is boycotting.
That is mind-blowing. So they don't have to put out an angry press release joining the boycott, but they physically cannot be placed into the segregated category either.
Yep.
The screening committees have to look at the track, see it's in English, and push it to the general pop fields.
They completely sidestepped the political landmine. They forced the Grammys to judge them as a mainstream global pop act alongside Western artists like Taylor Swift or Harry Styles, all while actively chasing their very real dream of securing a Grammy nomination.
Wow.
They found a song in their catalog that is sonically digestible for older traditional Grammy voters, met the English language criteria, and just slipped right through the front door. It is brilliant, high-stakes industry chess.
I am continually amazed by the sheer brainpower operating behind the scenes of these agencies. I mean, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a KT update, because you truly cannot script this kind of strategic industry drama.
It really highlights how K-pop has evolved from just exporting music to actively manipulating global industry structures.
So we've covered a massive amount of ground today. The teasers, the boycotts, the deleted videos, the loophole submissions. But what does this all mean for you listening?
Yeah, why does it matter?
Why should you, as a fan or just a casual observer of pop culture, care about Grammy submission categories, rulebook percentages, and tense press conferences? Because at its core, this is a story about knowing your worth on a global stage.
Absolutely.
It's about what happens when massive legacy institutions try to put you in a very specific geographic box to make themselves comfortable.
And it highlights the different mechanisms artists use to break out of those boxes.
Exactly. You can either walk away with your head held high, refusing to play a game you feel is rigged, and knowing your value doesn't come from their validation, like BTS did with their powerful, unapologetic boycott.
Right.
Or you can find a brilliant technical loophole to play the game entirely on your own terms, forcing the institution to look at you as an equal, like Stray Kids just did with their submission strategy.
Both are incredibly potent ways of claiming your space in a world that wants to categorize you. And, it leaves us with a truly fascinating question to watch unfold over the next few months.
What's that?
I want you to think about this. If Stray Kids' strategy works, and they actually secure a nomination in the general pop vocal category, while simultaneously ignoring the new Asian pop category,
Yeah.
what happens to the new category?
Oh, that's a great point.
If the biggest Asian acts in the world actively refuse to participate in the award designed for them, will it force the Grammys to cancel the category altogether out of sheer embarrassment? Has the Hallyu wave officially outgrown the Western award shows that are frantically trying to contain it?
That is the million-dollar question, and you can bet the entire industry is holding its breath to see how the Recording Academy responds. We will definitely be watching those Grammy nomination announcements closely to find out. You've been listening to StarScope K-Report, where Eric and Minji bring you the stories shaping K-pop, K-dramas, and the global Hallyu wave. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.